When the darkness devours the light, and hope is all that is left, beings of the night prey on hope in an endless hunt for life. While the hunter awaits with its furious gaze, two sparks ignite hope. A fire sets ablaze. A civilization is born.
Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of Jamie Plays with me, Jamie, and today we're doing something a little different than usual. We're having a first look at a recently released early access game called The Ancients. The Ancients is described as a turn-based strategy survival game where you lead a prehistoric hunter-gatherer tribe through the last ice age. Survive the elements, hunt fierce animals, migrate to new continents, advance your technology, make social and political tribe decisions, and evolve your civilization. So this game is being developed by Guerrilla Softworks and is being published by Camland Games, who currently have several different games that are in the works at the moment. And it came out, this kind of early release version was available to certain members of the public, of the YouTube kind of groups, from late July, and this version was the result of that. This is still very much an early version. It's described as being version 0.8.9, so it's mostly there. Most of the content has been added. It looks like there's a lot of polishing to go, and just getting in that last 0.1 of a version to get to the release date, which should be in sometime in Q4, so towards the end of the year. So with that being said, let's jump in and let's dive in to the tutorial. So let's have a look at The Ancients. We're gonna start by playing a new game. So if we play here, I'm going to go into the tutorial. We'll play the tutorial level, and then we can also start a new game as well. So let's have a look at this tutorial. So I have played a little bit, and so going through this tutorial will not necessarily take us that long. So we're going to rotate our camera either by holding down the middle mouse button and dragging, or by pressing Q and E like this, or Q and E. So, to open the radio menu, left-click on your location on the tactical map. You'll be able to see your available options. For example, start a fire. So, I just used the middle mouse button to zoom out, or the middle mouse wheel, I should say. I'm going to right-click on the pointed tile. I believe, we're going to move here first, and then we will here. So yeah, as I said earlier, this is a turn-based strategy game. So we have a certain number of action points, and when they deplete, we need to end our turn basically in next day or the next part of the season. So ending the current turn is the only way to refresh the action. That's how we're going to do it. We can either press this every time, or I'm going to press the space button every time. The food consumption. Clan spends food every turn, and you must find enough food for your clan each turn. Next step. So one thing to note is that this is not how much food you have necessarily, but how many days left of have. So that's something to keep in mind. Finding food. So you can easily meet your food needs by collecting raw resources while around. Vegetables are the most common food in the early game. Click around and find a vegetable tile. Move to the pointed tile on the map. So we're going to move here. And then check to see if the tile has any resources, resource amounts, resources type, and the other tile information, specific information can be shown in the highlighted window. Gather some vegetables to feed your tribemen. So what you do, it doesn't say it here at the moment, but you you left click to open up that radio menu, and then you click once to gather once, or right click to gather with all available action points. At the moment, we only have one action point anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to go like that. So we've gathered it once. We need to end our turn. So I'm pressing the space button. And we need to gather two amount of vegetables. So let's go here, and I'm going to gather with all action points like that. 1, 2. That's it. So Congratulations, you manage the food. Temperature and weather affect your tribesmen. They might catch a cold or get sick if they do not get warm. This is where fire comes in. So the advantages of the camp: to protect your tribesmen from cold, you can make camps, campfires, increase your warmth level. You need wood to make a camp. Go to the forest tile. We need to gather wood first. And we need to gather a minimum amount of 2 wood. Well, unfortunately, this is going to take us a couple of actions. So let's go here. And I'm going to right click to gather with all action points. There, we now have enough. Now we need to find a cave, which hopefully we have an arrow is pointed over here. So I'm going to end the turn to get my action points again. And then right click to move. Oh, so there's an animal here. We will get to that later. So again, I need to press the space bar and then move here. So next, so that was resources leather. Oh, sorry, we need to gather some leather, so I'll go back. So end the turn. Let's gather some leather. That. But we don't have 2 yet. We've only got 1. So we need 1 more. So like that. There we go. That's 2. And now we can move to the cave. So congratulations, you've gathered some leather. These will come in handy. Move to the cave and camp. So moving there. So I need to end my action. So now I'm going to make a fire. However, this does take 2 action points. You can only do it at the start of a turn when you have 2 action points. And then making the camp takes all of your actions. So that's it. So I need to press the spacebar again. So now we need to select a tile to order the gathering. I'm going to gather... So there's wood, there's flint, the lake. You don't gather water, but just being near it helps your people to not die of thirst. Let's go here. I guess let's gather you. And let's assign all tribesmen to gather raw meat. Like that. Yeah, so now there's nothing that we actually need to do. We could just press turn, but it wants me to go into task management. So if we go here, you can see the different tasks that we have. However, it wants us to craft things using our available recipes, and it wants us to craft wooden spears. Let's click you. And yeah, assign a tribesman. I'm going to assign the only tribesman we have. Yep, like that. That's it. Crafting time. Some tasks such as crafting, cooking, and building take at least 1 turn to complete. Click on the close button in the top right corner and go back to the map. End the current turn. So we're going to do that. So, it takes at least 1 turn. I believe it actually takes 2 turns at the moment. Yeah, let me just double check. It should still be crafting. Yeah, inventory. Yeah, we do have one. So actually, I'm going to equip it now. So, craft a basic hunting tool. Oh, sorry. I just need to press the action button again. So, inventory. We have the spear. Craft. Meat. Gather. Oh, okay. For some reason that didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... We need some wood as well. I'm just saying we only have 1 day left for our camp. Something's gone slightly wrong with this tutorial. No more wood left. Don't have any more wood left. We won't be able to stay here. Anyway, you know what? Let's just craft wooden spear again. That. You. And we're going to close and we're craft the spear, hopefully. Inventory. Yeah, here we go. Don't know why that didn't work before. So inventory. We're going to go to the inventory. Done. And then we're going to equip the spear by pressing that, but we've already done it. So yeah, again, something just hiccuped with the tutorial. As you can see, we've also lost our fire. This is because we ran out of things to burn. So winter is the deadliest season of all. Your clothes can be worn out. You may need to craft a new one. Keep track of seasons highlighted at the top to see winter coming or not, and equipped warmer clothing. So we have 17 turns left until winter. This is also where we can see the weather cycle. So in each season there will be different weather. Sometimes it will be more rainy weather, for example, where they don't get thirsty. You don't have to be around water. Sometimes it will be dry. Then in winter it's too cold, basically. Congratulations, you've learned all the basics. If you have any more questions, you can open the guidebook at any time. So we have a newcomer. So I'm going to say, yay, welcome the newcomer. accept, join the clan. That's what we've done, and this is the end of the basic tutorial. So we are now going to the next level, which is the more advanced tutorial. Move to next level. You do have to click down there. So this is going to talk a little bit about migration and then also more advanced concepts within the game. So when you complete a map, a migration will be opened. Oh, I'm just going to pause this. That world will keep rotating if I don't stop it, and we go up here anyway. From here, you can select a migration node to continue on your journey. So you will eventually migrate throughout this game across many parts of the world. Yeah, so jump in. We need to click on this one, and then we're going to begin our migration to the selected destination. That. And at the moment, that's it. So now we're going to load the more advanced tutorial. It talks about things like research. So winter's almost here, your clan's getting bigger, but there's still a lot to learn about surviving. So next step. We have 2 clan members, so you can do multiple tasks at once. Open the inventory either by clicking the flashing icon or by pressing I. I will press I. So you have 2 clan members, but you still need to provide fuel for your campfire, so one of your tribemen must gather wood. Like the gathering wood task first. List. That. So assign a gatherer. Select a tribesman from the tribes list on the right side. You will notice they don't... I'm not sure that it's so clear within the tutorial, but each has different kind of skills and levels of skills. So for example, a hunting skill, crafting skill, cooking skill. Basically, the better the skill, the more likely you want to put them. So for example, those that are good at... here we go, gathering. Would be best for gathering. So I would say, for example, 1.3 is better than 1, so I'm going... Go, guard duty. So now I'm going to press on guard duty. I'm also going to go to only show available, meaning show those without a task. And then, of course, assign our last person there. That's it. Go back to the map now. And end the turn. So we have 1 person guarding our camp and 1 person collecting wood. Keeping track of the clan. The flashing panel shows you the clan's current status. It has many values, from mass level values to essential survival skills. You learn more about them by opening the guidebook and reading each side clan window section. Out of food. We're almost out of food. Eating vegetables and leftovers from other animals will not keep us enough. We need to hunt for fresh meat. What we're going to do. So approach your prey, which means what we need to do is leave the campsite first. We're going to go down here, and we're going to move on to the same tile as this ostrich. We'll have some ostrich. So we need to end the turn before we do anything else. It won't keep reminding you to end the turn, so if you're trying to do something and nothing's happening, most likely it's because you've run out of action down here. So press the middle mouse button on the animal in the current tile. Basically what that does is it keeps this information open, and you can then read more information about it. The animal is a prey animal, but never forget, even prey have predators. Predators will not hesitate to attack when they spot you. Keep an eye out for predators. Click on the top left button in animal panel to close it. So this button here. Next step. Go hunting. Left click on the animal. And then we can say hunt here. And because we have spears, risk level is very low. Let's do that. That's 1 action point. And we'll need to do it again. And a 3rd time, so I need to again press space because we have no action points left. But fortunately it doesn't run away. Let's hunt. There we go, we've killed that animal. We've also gained some research you often get from killing animals. So we need to gather at least 5 amounts of food. I'm going to say, yep, gather once, that's 2.2. So basically we need to use all of our points right now. So 2.2, 2.3, great, now we've got to the food. And now we can take a look at research. So, open research window. So this is the research tree, and it gives you various technologies and kind of upgrades to your people and to your tribe and to the various clans as well, which are members of the tribe. So, research tree, wide range of useful skills from survival to social. That's what I said. Learn bow wow. So what this means is that we can increase our maximum clan count by 1. It will explain clans at the moment, and then also tribesmen per clan. We're going for Tata, which increases that by 1 as well, and that costs 2. You can see how much each thing costs by this number in the right hand corner. And now we want to learn Ding Dong, which is the maximum action point increased by 1. You can actually increase your action well in this game to make it do a lot more in return. So yeah, tribal screen window. Let's see everything at the tribal by pressing on the flashing button or the T button as well. So if we press T, yep, we go here and we can see, for example, our tribe. Depending on how they're acting or how they look around this campfire, it might show us different things. So for example, they're standing, seems to be doing well. We're not actually camped anywhere, and they look healthy. On the right panel, you can see the average Maslow values for your tribe. Things like hunger, security, how safe they're feeling, sociality, as well as also. So currently, for example, they're warm. This is a relatively good. So next step. So social structure of the tribe. Right click below the tribe status, and you can see their social dispositions. They're shaped by your action. Everything you do also changes the 3D representation. So we're going to go back to the map. And we now have a newcomer. So with the more action points and more tribesmen, surviving gets a bit easier. This is a good thing. Changing food rations. So what we can go here is say, I don't want my people to eat normal amounts of food or double amounts of food. I'm going to go for half ration. So yeah, we can now live up to 14 days rather than 12 days before. So we're going to move over to the next one because it wants us to create a new camp. So we're going to make a camp. Yep, just like that. And then we can also gather from everything around us. So let's go here. We want to craft here. Say the best craftsperson. You. That. And the close button. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to change. Well, yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just. The tutorial. It's not that interesting. I wouldn't leave people just sitting around there with absolutely no tasks, because if they have no tasks, they will do nothing, not even guard. But it's just the intro anyway. Back to the infantry. So we may be able to craft a spear, and now I'm going to say, equip that, so we have, our last person has a spear as well. And now we've gone back to the map. So, searching for food, your tribesmen got hungry. One of them said they saw a fat animal somewhere near. Everyone wants to go there and out. So it's down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the campsite, go there. Ooh. And yeah, so there is a predator here, which is generally not a good thing. We don't want to be near predators, but it's the tutorial, so we want to go here anyway. And now it's going to tell us about the predator. We want to kill the predator near the dead animal. Well, there are something that I'm going to do. I'm actually going to wait to move over here. I mean, if it were the actual game, I would definitely move away. But moving there doesn't actually change anything. Well, you know, I'll just follow the tutorial. So let's move here. We want to be here to kill predator, but it's going to attack us in the... I press the space. Oh, does it not? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Tutorial. Usually it would attack. If it's close, it's going to attack during the session between turns anyway. So press space, and let's just kill you. There. We've discovered an animal and killed it. Now we're going to move here and try and make a campsite. So again, if you remember, we need 2 action points. Campsite, we only have 1 at the moment. So I'm just going to say, press the space button. Now we're going to camp. And then, oh, we've met another clan, so we can let us move on. We can convince them to join. So if they accept, your manpower will increase, but you're going to need more food. I'm going to convince them to join, because that's what they want me to do. So multiple camps. Clans can set up multiple camps, or they can gather around the same campfire. Clans can perform different tasks, each have their own flag to mark their tactics. Next, hunting together. Clans can attack same animal. Each clan has their own action points. You can easily take down an animal in a single turn by combining their powers. Great. We can press C or the flashing button to open our policy window. And then it wants me to... Yeah, so there are different areas. So for example, we have leadership here. If we go... I can't click on them yet. We can go to the different ones. This is about religion. This one is about tribal. And this tree is about morality. But we don't actually care to change anything at the moment. Enlightenment from the sky. The new clan joining has a religious belief and its members embrace it. As for you, you've chosen to believe in the sky god like everyone else. Okay? So, these are the advanced. We've done all of the advanced tutorial. So now the next thing is to actually start a game. So we're going to start a game and go through the just the beginning stages of it. So I can show you what it's like. But basically what you've seen in the tutorial is mostly what's going to happen in a game. However, you start off with more people. As you can see, we have 5 people here. And the game is a lot more relentless. So we do have kind of a story as we go through. You don't have to do these immediately. In fact, I would suggest you only do the next step when you're absolutely able to. But, for example, it just wants us to move here, and the only place we can move is here anyway. So we're going to do that. So, survive the winter. So after a rough winter, we managed to survive, yet there is not much we can eat from, yet again start from scratch before the next winter arrives. The winter is in 35 turns, so we do have some time. But it also wants us to move around. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move here because we're at 8 turns for food, but food can go very quickly. So I'm actually just go like that. And what I'd like to do is just gather a lot of food. So these resources are actually finite. So, for example, we started off with 35 food here, and now I'm just going to collect the last of it, and that tile is gone. I believe tiles eventually come back. The thing is, you usually don't stay in one area for very long because you quite easily kind of overeat that population. But it wants us to move up here, so let's move up here. So another thing I've also learned is that there are different types of food. For example, there are mushrooms here, there are vegetables. Vegetables seem to be very safe to eat, whereas mushrooms have instantly given all of my tribesmen food poisoning and they die. And when they're all dead, that's the end. So I have yet to figure out how to successfully eat mushrooms. I think there's probably a tech where you can start cooking mushrooms and then they won't actually harm you. But we don't have that yet. So anyway, members who come across a flock of animals, even though we've lost sight of them, our hunters found traces left behind. Our tribe needs their meat to get their strength back. I'm going to go hunting some animals. So, let's start moving this way. Yep, let's go here. New animal discovered. Again, we're going to have to wait for the next turn. Now we're going to move here. And we found a carcass. We're going to examine the dead animal. Gather at least 10 meat. What I'm actually going to do first is gather the leather as well. The leather will be helpful for making clothing for the winter. And I happen to know what's coming next. And it will be nice to have. Oh, and we have a new tribesman. It means there are 10 of us now. So, 1 point we'll get... Yeah, you know what? Let's use this last turn to gather much leather as possible. There's still a little bit of leather left, but actually I don't want to waste a whole action point on it. We only have 2 days of food left. Let's instead grab all of this meat. Yep, so cook the meat at the gathered cave. Actually, what I'm going to do... Oh yeah, no, I can't yet. Can I gather the rest of this meat? Because the more the merrier. Yeah, let's gather that. And then the next turn we're going to move up here. So let's move away. And then action. Move up here. No more action points. A predator is approaching. Yep, this is exactly. We will face the predator. The predator is here. We need to move down here. And I can tell you now we're not going to do so well. Because we don't have much of anything. I think we don't even have So this story does kind of give you a little tutorial within your main game as well. Yeah, extremely dangerous. Face the predator. The thing is, we have to do this as part of the story, or we're going to be definitely hurt. Yeah, so run away from predator. So the predator attacks fiercely. Our members falls one by one. To live, we have to flee. So we're going to escape. Yeah, so it showed up suddenly and attacked one people, the one person. The thing is, whenever you're close to a predator, it will kind of relentlessly attack you and also move after you as well. So for example, yeah, we don't know where it is. It might still be there. Probably still is, but not necessarily. Yeah. And as you can see, our weakest tribesman's health is 35%. But we're not in a great position at the moment. So we're going to move up here. Again, we need 2 action. But unfortunately, yeah. Let's go like this. So it just said our tribesmen may die because there's no food. The second you're on a food, you're done very quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up tasks for my people, and I want vegetables. So we need people who are not sick and not wounded. So for example, this person is heavily wounded. We want them to rest. We want them with no tasks because that's the only way you kind of heal in the game. So what I'd like to do, let's sort by gathering. Yeah, which I think is the default. Crafting, cooking, gathering. Yeah, let's send you and you for food. Because we do have some wood here, I'm going to send... I'm also going to say show available. So not those people who don't have a job. So let's send you, and that will gain 2.7 to 2.9 per turn. Let's actually send 2 of you then, that will be 5 per turn, and we'll be able to stay here at this campsite for a little bit. So, do that. So we have some food, so we're now at 2 days and 5 food. And we also need to gather wood while we're here anyway. Okay, we've got all of the food from here. Unfortunately... Yeah, okay. We just need to gather wood here. So what I'm going to do, go here, not to the, yeah, to the inventory. We have 2 people gathering that wood. Let's send a few more people to gather this wood. And look, we're only lightly wounded now, which is good. Yeah, so we're just going to gather as much wood as possible, like that. Oh, we have a new tribesman as well. So we regained our strength, even though we said we have fled to safety and warned ourselves there could be more predators lurking in the shadows. We should be ready for more fights, and to do that, we should get armed. So we need to make a camp. Oh, sorry, gather wood. We've already done that. Oh, we're now having a leadership crisis. So this is one of those policies that we saw in the tutorial. So some of our people are complaining about the way we are led. We must act on this before things get out of hand. So we should follow our great leader, prioritize one person, or we can prioritize the tribe unity. Tribesmen are going to learn prioritize tribe unity. We're going to do that. Prepare for possible dangers. We need to craft at least 3 primitive spears. We have 2 days, so I'm going to do that. Go to craft wooden spear. And everyone is crafting it. Or everyone's getting stuff at the moment, but I'm actually going to take this crafter. Oh, sorry. Let's sort by craft. Make sure. So let's... you and you, actually. Keep crafting. So, how many people are working on it? There are 3 people working on it. How many turns it will take. And the total number of crafted at the end. So that will be 7. It will take 3.5 wood. Yeah, that's fine. We're at 27. So yeah, let's do that. End turn. So we now have 7 spears, and now we need to go and collect and meat. Yeah. So what I'm going to do are mushroom. We're gonna head down here to these. We have 1 day of food. So we're gonna leave the campsite, move down here. Yeah, and then the end turn. Now we're going to go to the vegetables and let us gather you. And I'm just going to try and gather as many vegetables as I can while we can. So we've just had autumn. Autumn has just arrived, so a higher chance of rain, which is good. because it means we don't actually need to be near lake tiles for our thirst. Gather all XP. Or use all experience action points. Base. Okay. So if I move here and that predator is still there, yes, I think it's there for the storyline. We're going to move here, and the problem is it's going to attack us because we're close to it. We have to be close to it in order to actually kill it. We're going to do that. Do it one more time. Yeah, so unfortunately it's going to attack us again. But I think weakest health member is 100%. I think it killed one of our tribe members. I think we've actually lost at least one, if not two. Oh, we're now back at 5 because somebody just randomly joined in the middle of that fight. But we're probably going to lose another one. They're at 25%. Go like that. And like that again. Predator attack. Yeah, again, there's not much we can do about that. So let's kill you. Please. Go out and gather. Maybe actually what it wanted me to do was go all the way back here and gather meat. However, I was never going to survive with the predator here anyway. Yeah, not going to be able to survive. Yep, that's you. And I think that my tribe has fallen. Yep. So as you can see, it can be very easy to die in this game. You can die in one turn from not having food. You can easily die from the winter, which we didn't even get to, or predators. I think what I was supposed to do is actually run it back over to here to this carcass, try and get as much of it as the predator was attacking, then run away. Yeah, and that's basically it. So this is basically the game in a nutshell. I have played up until the first migration. I have to admit, this is basically it. What you've seen is what you get so far. So there's not much more to this game at the moment. So it is still in early access. This is version 0.8.9, I believe, which has recently come out. It is an interesting game, but I think there's a lot more that should be added or that needs to be added before it becomes very interesting. It's also slow. So I've already invested about 4 hours or so of game time to get to that next level, and I found it was very repetitive. Do I think this could be something amazing? Yes, absolutely. Do I think this is absolutely something amazing right now? Not 100%. I think it's still definitely a work in progress. As you can see, there's still some stuttering sometimes, especially when you change the go to the next turn. There's obviously some optimization, but this is still early access. For that game, I think though, that being said, I think it has a solid base at the moment, and I think it will definitely be interesting and worth it in the future. So definitely keep an eye out. Also, if you'd like for me to actually have a playthrough of this, please comment down below and say that you would like to see one, and I will be quite happy to take that into consideration and do a playthrough of the Ancients. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode and this first look. If so, please definitely remember to like and subscribe. I will see you next time for another episode of Jamie Plays. Bye for now.